Hey everybody, it's the Lawn Gnome. It is October 3rd, 2012. Today is a very good day because I reached 50 subscribers just about 15 minutes ago. And now I'm on 51. So what does that mean? I promised you guys I'd do this, and today I am proud to say that I will. My profile video. Who is this person who has been invading your YouTube world for the past year and 10 months? Well, I'm going to ask myself 5 questions in which I will give you guys the answers, and hopefully this will give you a little bit more of an insight about myself, the Lawn Gnome, and my purpose on YouTube. I promised you this would be the first thing that I would reveal to you, so what is my name? My name is...
Steve!
One more time, just in case you missed it.
Steve!
My name is Steve, but I will continue to keep my alias as the Lawn Gnome because that is pretty much what made me what I am today on YouTube, and I'm very proud of that nickname. If you want to know why I actually got that nickname, you can actually click here for my YouTube survey video from Niramon's 2012 YouTube survey, in which I reveal why I was called the Lawn Gnome. I grew up and still live in New York, and I enjoy living here. It's a wonderful place. It is the city that never sleeps, the greatest city in the world. Every stereotype that you have heard about New York, it is all true. I actually, believe it or not, work in finance. Yes, your mind has officially been blown. How does someone who loves film, music, television, entertainment work in finance? Well, it pays the bills, and I couldn't be happier. It does take its toll on me every now and again. What job doesn't? But I like the people I work with, I love the people that I work for, and I wouldn't trade it for any other job in the world. Well, you probably realize that I am a big fan of film, music, and television. I have been watching television since I was probably 1 year old, with great things like Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Reading Rainbow, and of course, movies were always a big thing. The very first movie I ever actually saw was a VHS of the 1973 Disney film Robin Hood. The very first movie I ever saw in theaters was 101 Dalmatians, and the movie that I have seen the most in theaters is probably Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. I have always been a fan of film, and when I got to high school, my favorite films were things like Star Wars, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones. I always appreciated those because they were good, fun movies, but as I grew up, I always decided that I need to have something with substance and plot, and I always look towards directors. I love directors like Robert Zemeckis, Quentin Tarantino, Kevin Smith. Edgar Wright is one of my favorites right now, and I love all the Marvel movies that have been coming out, the Christopher Nolan movies for Batman. They're all fantastic. I don't really know how I can possibly describe my love for movies, or for music for that matter. When I first discovered music, I discovered the Beatles when I was 5 years old. I could name each and every one of the Beatles' first and last name when I was 5.5, 6 years old. I was stuck in the 60s until I reached my pre-teens when I discovered the grunge era in the 1990s. I discovered bands like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Smashing Pumpkins, great bands, and I just kept growing. In 1999, when the whole boy band and pop princess thing was reinvigorated, like the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears, I discovered more classic rock like Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and Cream, and then I decided to head a little bit more towards heavy metal and discovered Metallica, Pantera, and I also discovered other bands like Rush and Black Sabbath and Aerosmith. So music is definitely something that I love. Rock is also the big thing, but I also do like a little bit of trance. I'm a big fan of DJ Tiesto, and I do like Daft Punk a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much my music, and I'm also always trying to find something new. I'm listening to current bands like Maroon 5, I listen to Owl City, The Fray. What are some of the other things that I enjoy? I like video games, I enjoy cooking, I always love to experiment. art in all forms, and cooking is definitely one of them. I have also been a big fan of art. I also drew a lot ever since I was 9 years old. I used to be one of those kids that didn't know how to color inside the lines, but I learned, and I'll show you guys a little bit of my work. If you want to see some of my other work, you can look at my first season videos. So look at the few videos that I have on my YouTube page, but here are some of the new ones that I've done over the past few months. I did one of the Hunger Games, the Avengers, which I'm very proud of. I love this one. I don't know what it is, but I can always draw Johnny Depp the best. This is Dark Shadows, of course. Disney Pixar's Brave. Yep. The Dark Knight Rises, and Game of Thrones, which is one of my newest ones. I was really big in the internet. The 1990s was when I discovered the internet and had internet access, but when I got to college, one of the things that I really liked was Newgrounds.com, which was an independent animation site. That was when I really discovered that, you know, people could be posting their own stuff and not have to worry about any specific barriers. And I discovered Ego Raptor, video game parodies, Foamy the Squirrel, Waterman, Happy Tree Friend, Retarded Animal Babies is another big favorite of mine. And all of a sudden, I always knew that YouTube was there, like around 2006, 2007, and I was always just using it to look at movie trailers. But then I found out that I can make my own channel. And so, of course, I did that, and I started following people on YouTube, like Priestess Roarbug, and Aveen Lulz Time, and I Am Sheeb, and it was also because they were really into World of Warcraft. I was always a big World of Warcraft fan. I've been a fan of Warcraft ever since Warcraft 2, so I was playing it in high school. So a lot of my friends were playing at World of Warcraft, so they kind of sucked me in. So these were people that were giving us tips and pointers to be a better Warcraft gamer, so of course I took a little bit of the insight and their help, and then I just decided to myself, I enjoy all of these great things, like movies and music and television. I also like to do voice work. I've always been doing impressions ever since I was 9 years old. Simpsons voice reel, Family Guy voice reel. You guys will adore these. So I just said to myself, one of the things that I always loved doing was reviewing and giving opinions on things that I have seen. And before this, I was actually writing reviews on Amazon.com. I have about 300 reviews now on Amazon.com, and I still do like to write them. I just love to voice my opinion. And when I take a look at movies and music, I always like to read what critics have to say. But always people say, oh, don't rely on the critics, they don't know what they're talking about, you just do what you want. But then I discovered things like Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes and Flickster and all this stuff. These is where fans go, and Amazon too. They review and they give their own opinions, the fans. And when it comes to critics, I don't really consider them having as much passion as a true film or music fan. So I just said to myself, you know what? I should be a critic on YouTube. I had seen people like Film Fanatic 57, who unfortunately is no longer here, but he did these amazing in-depth reviews of movies, and I said to myself, I should try this. So, for the holidays, I got myself a flip cam, I set up my very first couple of videos, and that was pretty much how Up From the Underground was born. I am here for a couple of reasons. To just do what I enjoy, which is throw out my opinion on everything pop culture, movies, video games, music, books, what have you. And I just want people to see that there's somebody out there that just enjoys throwing out his thoughts. And if you feel that there's something that you're interested in, go for it. If there's something that you feel that you disagree about, I want to hear about it. One thing that I love to do is I love to go and have in-depth conversations about my passions. Even politics. So this is definitely something that I was hoping to grab from YouTube, and I have had that, and I have enjoyed it. I've made some great connections with some people. People have critiqued my videos, taught me how to make them better, and every single day I feel that I am improving myself in the YouTube community. And I'm loving it whenever I get a message saying, you are fantastic, I love what you do, please keep doing it. And I love it when people say you have no idea what you're talking about, and I like to refute, just to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I also have my football show, which is another thing that I'm very passionate about. Sports is very big for me. I love to follow my teams. I love to follow sports in general. And I had my two friends get together and put together a wonderful channel based around the game that we enjoy, which is football, and we love to talk about it every single week. I'm hoping to have a very successful third season. I'm hoping that this show just keeps on going, even though the real world can be quite demanding. This is something that I just don't see myself stopping. I just enjoy it and I want to keep doing it. It doesn't really take much of my time, and that's why I'm happy about doing something like this. It's very easy to put a video together. I am hoping to get a better camera eventually. I'm going to be moving in the next couple of months, most likely by next summer, so I'll have a new place to video record. And more importantly, now that I have over 50 subscribers, the next thing is to get to 100 subscribers. And the treat that I'm going to leave is that if we get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to give you the full video tour. I want everybody to see just exactly what movies I have, because you may see a few behind me, but there's plenty more. So that's all I can think about off the top of my head. So before I go, I'm going to now officially open up the forum. I want you guys to leave questions in the comment boxes. Let me know if you have any questions you want to know about some other bands that I listen to, other things that I enjoy in the area of movies, entertainment, sports. I want you guys to fill the comment boxes with questions, and I will make sure to answer every single one of them. You guys want to get to know me, and I want to get to know you. So that's it. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed, everybody for their feedback. I'm going to keep on making videos if you keep watching them. So for now, enjoy the rest of the second season and be prepared for a real enjoyable third season next year. I'll see you guys in the next video, and thank you for watching. Actions speak louder than words.